The emotional weight of losing a parent never goes away. But for Caleb, he's turned his pain into purpose, hoping to attend his dream school of Stanford.
ALA Gilbert North, on the other hand, barely made it into the Open. They're the underdog, but momentum's on their side. They close out the season on fire, winning their last 9 games by at least double digits.
Well, absolutely, Justin. We're only 2 games into the 2025 season, and the team is already looking fluid on offense. Although it hasn't been their toughest start, the display of chemistry is actually pretty convincing considering they still don't all speak the same language and were thrown together in the offseason. This is what is so great. In the span of 2 seconds, they set up a beautiful pick and roll. Utah Tech bites on it and tries to go over the top, leaving Mukeba wide open down the left side of the lane for an easy finish. That's a great play. It's textbook. Legends like Jake Plummer and Pat Tillman are synonymous with the golden age of Sun Devil football and their 1996 Rose Bowl appearance. Many players from the roster, including current defensive line coach Vince Amy, even went on to play in the NFL. When most people think of a lawyer, they want someone who will fight tooth and nail for them in the courtroom, not in the octagon. Well, for ASU alumni and now practicing lawyer Alex Pricing, he's on a mission to do both.
So how could the Sun Devils kind of avoid repeating that same history?
Well, Justin, they already started making the right steps, and that happened in the offseason when ASU really utilized the transfer portal, picking up 2 of the best college volleyball players in the country in Noemi Glover and Colby Neal. Glover's come in, she's worked with Bailey Miller, and they've brought back that notable signature offense that was what was so good about last season. But the difference maker, the X factor, is really Colby Neal. She's been the one to push this team over the edge into that next level.
Time's flying here at Jerry Loper Field. On the ground, spins, and Josh Gaines will get the first down.
And right there, something to notice on that play, the threat of Noah Roberts in that flat route. They lined up 2 running backs in the backfield. They sent Roberts out for the swing, and those corners, those linebackers needed to guard Roberts, so they weren't able to guard the middle.
Gaines picks up 9 and a Bears first down. Beers feels the pressure, dump pass to Roberts, and Roberts turns on the afterburners as he goes to the right side and gets down at about the 18-yard line.
And we saw some of those Basha linemen moving downfield. Those big boys can move.
This is where I wonder if they run Manapua. That's what they're lined up, and they showed this off against Desert Vista 3 weeks ago. It's the designated run. There they go. Gets through. Left side. Got a hole. Barkis. See you later. Barkis. Does he get in? Yes, he does. Keyshawn Barkis on the 54-yard TD run. Howard takes the pair. And those foul points so crucial in a neck-and-neck matchup like this. He does his part. Christensen, right side, locomotive finish. 5 on the clock, deep shot over to the left, rebounded by Sang. From the near corner, Lott rings the bell. Pulls off another 3. And the Chargers pull ahead with their largest lead heading into the 4th. Under 10 seconds here, tie game, 29-29 here in the second quarter. And Montague's just gonna pull up, swish! You gotta really bring some of that emotion into this matchup. Trying to get inside the 6, right outside. Chargers will swarm. Sajabi has it. He'll let one go to the right side and into the back of the net. The junior gets the first goal of the night just over 5 minutes in. Effort play is being made on the far side. That one gets sent out in front. Chances, Horniak. Yes! Another one. 5-3. The poise from the junior midfielder puts the Sentinels on top by 2. And so we'll see Carrie Morrissey go back for her 3rd consecutive serve. High set. Weak hit. A chance for Seton to get the kill. Bouncing up. Globe does a good job of keeping it inside. Little tap, powerful one-handed response from Globe. Stepping up, making the money rain. Big kill there from Lizzie Steinkamp.
one of those top seniors. She's been a first-team all-region player throughout high school, and she just committed last week to go play at Muhlenberg College. And Cian just keeps the party going. It's 4-0.
1-2. And that one out to center field, at least a single. And a big error transforms this into a double. And Chandler getting a little bit of luck on their side. Chandler, a collage of schools making up their roster, unlike Desert Vista. A few Basha players on that Chandler squad. The swing! There you go! Chandler retakes the lead!
Welcome to the 2025 Open Division Boys Basketball Playoffs live on the NFHS Network tonight. The number 29 ALA Gilbert North Eagles travel to Basha High School here in Chandler, Arizona to face the number 4 ranked Basha Bears. Basha's coming off of a tough senior night loss to Castile last Tuesday night, and with a rough end to the regular season, they have to prove tonight that they deserve the number 4 seed. And ready to make a name for themselves in the Open Division, the ALA Eagles are on a 9-game winning streak led by their first-year head coach, Mark Carlino. A win tonight for either team would mean a trip to round 2 of the Open, and with a loss, that would send them down to regional play. Jayden Riecken, Tay Fitzpatrick, Emmett Morris, all on the call tonight. And today marks the first time in history that these two teams have faced off on the court. For Basha, this is their biggest game of the season, and their rivalry month proved to be a challenge for them, one that they were not ready for. They lost to the number 1 Perry Pumas twice, and then, as I mentioned, they lost to Castile on their senior night last week. They've got to prove themselves, and if they play the way they did, they won't stay at the number 4 seed for very long. ALA Gilbert North, on the other hand, barely made it into the Open. They're the underdog, but momentum's on their side. They close out the season on fire, winning their last 9 games by at least double digits. Chef, come on into the kitchen. What do the Eagles have to do tonight if they want to make it to the second round of the Open and beat the Basha Bears?
And here we are back on the Cian Catholic Sports Network for our second post-game interview. And just walk me through, Hannah, kind of how this game went for you guys in your opinion.
I think at first we had a really good start, and I think we kind of slowed down in the middle, but we were able to push at the end, which was really good.
Why do you guys think that you slowed down? What was the reasoning behind that? Especially, you guys knew it was a play-in game. What was the reason that intensity kind of fell off?
I think we lack consistency, and when we get too comfortable, I feel like we let go and let little balls like just drop, and it's really frustrating, but at the end I think we were able to pull it together. But I really think we need to work on at practice, just like fighting, even if we think like we're gonna win. Like, we can't just be like overly confident.
In sports, there is a time in an athlete's career that transcends the game itself. A loss so memorable that it sticks with you, fuels you, changes you. But for Basha's junior safety, Caleb Garcia, it wasn't a loss on the field that changed his life forever.
You know, she was always really bubbly, outgoing person. That's really what I remember about her, is, you know, how fun she was.
My wife was first diagnosed with breast cancer in 2018, and that was a pretty traumatic event for our whole family. Life, as we knew it, stopped.
After a year of chemotherapy, Amy Garcia was given a clean bill of health.
And then in 2021, I came back, but this time with a vengeance. Things started to get really difficult.
Knowing the cancer had progressed, the Garcias looked to make the most of every moment.
And so the blessing with my wife is that because we knew, and having the benefit of hindsight and the experience that I did, I knew I didn't want my sons to have those same regrets.
Amy passed away in February of 2023.
The hardest part wasn't like the first couple months, because, you know, I feel like that shock, it didn't really settle in. I'd never get to see her again. Like, when you're just going throughout life and you realize like the little things. Like, my mom never got to see me, you know, suit up for varsity, or like, you know, like watch me, you know, go to prom, or she won't be able to watch me graduate. So my mom was always a leader, you know, throughout everything she did, whether it was like church groups or even just in our family. So, you know, growing up as a kid, I got to see that like leader example.
And that character trait is something that Caleb displays in the classroom and on the gridiron.
But he's first one in, last one out all the time. Very smart kid. The safety position is like the quarterback on the defensive side. He has to call plays. He has to keep everybody communicating. So yeah, he's definitely a leader on the team.
The emotional weight of losing a parent never goes away. But for Caleb, he's turned his pain into purpose, hoping to attend his dream school of Stanford.
I know Caleb honors her in different ways. Attitude and effort is the one thing that I've always emphasized when it came to athletics. And he does it with almost every single play and absolutely honors her.
My mom is my motivation for everything, so, you know, I try and just like live life for her.
For some, football is just a game. But for Caleb, every time he steps on the field, it's a time to honor the woman who made him who he is today. Jayden Riecken for BBN Sports.